Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thanks for joining us once again here on Talkin Fight, another episode of the Friday night panel featuring Mike Rohr, Graham Boyce, and a whole host of other people who are just trying to get on right now.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
there we go.
Speak, the devil.
Which one's this? Oh, there he is.
Mr.
Hagler.
Hey, what's up?
Pretty sure Toronto beat your Boston Red Sox there, didn't we? Did we just beat you guys? 3-2 yesterday. We won. Come on. Admit it.
It's all good. It's all good. You get that. You can't win them all.
No, it's true. It's true.
Super good. So we're going to talk about a pretty big fight, finally.
Oh, champ!
If only Tim Witherspoon would join us. And what? Look at that. The magic of the
everybody
internet.
Jumping on. So I guess you got my message, hey, Tim?
Huh? How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
I was sick last week for 2 days.
Oh, it's okay. Good, man. Good, you're back.
I'm at 200. I'm at 250 pounds, though. I'm like 12 pounds lighter than the last time you saw me.
Wow.
Just came from the gym, training. But I was sick for 2 days. No, maybe like 3 or 4, but whoa, man. They thought I had the corona again, but I didn't.
Oh, good job. No, the only corona you're having is the cold ones, right?
I got a little bit of wine this right here. Yeah. No. Just came in from the gym.
Big fight this weekend.
Oh, Tyson Fury and where the brother go?
He's coming back. Okay. He's having technical difficulties.
Hey, I've been commenting on Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. I did like 3 interviews.
Yeah.
Really?
I was with both of them. I was with Tyson Fury and I was with Dillian Whyte, and I got a good assessment who I think is going to win.
Which you're going to? Yeah.
Huh?
Who's that?
Who?
They both listen.
They both going to win.
Been down on the canvas. Dante Wilder and Tyson Fury been down on the canvas 3 or 4 times each on one fight.
Yeah.
There's a problem. There's a problem with defense and a lot of today's boxers. Everybody is offense.
Yeah.
So in this particular fight, whoever hit each other first, I think is the one who's going to win. And whoever tighten their defense up. See, Tyson Fury is moving around and all that. That's okay, but there's more to it than them defenses than moving around looking pretty. He got caught and went down a couple of times. So whoever put that punch on the guy and get it in might be the one to win. Both of them need defense.
Well, I know Fury only came in 11 pounds heavier than White this time. He's looking trim.
He came 11 pounds heavier.
Yeah, 11 pounds heavier than Dillian Whyte. So
that that's called. That means something now.
Yeah, that means he's been in the gym working hard. He's been working hard.
Wait. So if Tyson Fury came in 11 pounds heavier, that means he's working hard?
No. 11 pounds heavier than his opponent.
Right.
Usually comes in, he's like 20, 30 pounds heavier.
You serious?
What? Yeah, man. So he's trimmed up. He stepped on the scales looking trim.
Well, you know what a lot of the guys we've been talking about, been talking to other heavyweights. And the thing is that like Dante Wilder, real quick, Dante Wilder got all his knockouts. I'll talk about this before. Those guys that he fought, the commission would never okay him for me or Tyson or Holyfield.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys wouldn't let us fight those guys. So, he do have a good right hand, Dante Wilder, and he'll hit you, you gone.
Yeah.
But the guys that he fought, they wouldn't even okay us. I'm telling you. They wouldn't okay us. It'd be hard for us to get a fight with the guys, opponents he had. I'm not taking nothing from him because he did work hard. But Tim Witherspoon, they won't let him fight. Tyson, they won't let him fight him. I'm telling you.
Here's a question that popped up in the various discussion groups that I'm a part of, and the question was because Tyson Fury has said he's going to retire after this fight. The question is if he does retire, will he be deemed one of the greatest heavyweights ever?
Maybe in his era.
Yeah, maybe in his era, yeah. My opinion, there really wasn't a lot of challenges like Steve Cunningham from Philly. I was with him. I mean, I was in the gym with him. He's a good father to his kids. He acted a perfect gentleman. He dropped Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury went on to win. I was questioning him. I was telling Steve, I said, look, I was in Ireland with him. He could punch. I was telling Steve to get ready when I came from Ireland, and Steve looked at me funny. I said, yo, I held the pads and he could punch. So Steve was like, but then he dropped Tyson Fury in the fight. So, the defenses are playing a big part nowadays when in terms of these boxers. They won't be able to teach their boxers when they retire defense because they don't have none. Mayweather has an all-natural movement, but he won't be able to actually show him how to hold his hands because he's all natural. And he has to be in top shape to sustain what he's doing. That's my opinion. Everybody have one.
No question. I agree.
If he was a little bit slower, he would be in trouble.
No doubt. I agree with you. Just like Roy Jones. They was like Roy Jones this, Roy Jones that. So Roy Jones keep his hands low, and he paid for it in one of his fights with Antonio Thomas.
Right. Yeah, he has an awkward movement. Roy Jones has an awkward little movement.
Yeah. Reflexes.
Yeah.
I think Dillian Whyte has one of the best left jabs. And if that left jab gets through,
left hook.
I think there's a chance that if he gets through that punch, delivers it, lands it cleanly, Tyson Fury's gonna get knocked out.
I'm gonna say this.
Going back to what Jim said.
If they would have worked on defense, get somebody to come in and just show him defense, tighten his defense up. He's used to doing his offense with his left hook and his jab. But if they tighten his defense up, the percentage is going to go up for Dillian Whyte because he got plenty of heart and he'll fight you. It's just that they lack in defense. That's why you see the guys went down on the canvas. It was embarrassing to me because I know how to do defense. When Dante Wilder went down 3 times, Tyson went down. I was like, wow, something wrong. Something wrong.
Dillian Whyte's been asking for this fight for years, and now it's finally happening. You know what? He's been training hard. He's been staying silent. He's only finally broken the silence a couple of days ago. Sitting across there and finally getting into that press conference. But you know what? Tyson Fury looks in a really good place right now mentally. He's in good spirits. He's like really happy. You can see that retirement is in the back of his head, man. He knows that when he walks away from this, he ain't never coming back, and he's already said that. He doesn't care if people call him a ducker, a dodger, whatever they want to call him. He said he'll be happy knowing he did what he did, accomplished what he accomplished as he rides off into the sunset on his millions of dollars.
He has a right to retire.
He has a huge right to retire and do what he wants. He doesn't care to have to stick around and watch Usyk and AJ and that rematch happen and then sit around and wait some more. He's not about that. This guy is dedicated to this fight. He wants to win this one by stoppage. I believe he weighed in at 264 and a half. Okay. His last fight, he weighed in at 277. So, he's been in that gym, man. He's been in that gym. He's been working his ass off. And I think we're going to see a really fast finish, man. I don't think this one's going past 5 rounds, man. I think either one of these guys has been working their ass off at this fight. And this is going to be two gladiators getting in the ring and going at it. That's what everybody wants to see. That's what I think it's going to be. These guys are going to go toe-to-toe from the first bell till one of them drops. That's what I predict is going to go on in this fight.
It's a defense, I think, that's going to make this fight end a little early.
Yeah.
It would be a different story if it was somebody else that had a tighter defense. It would be harder for him to get hit. I think, like you're right, I think that somebody's going down. Dillian Whyte throw that left hook, and he's got plenty of heart. Tyson Fury has plenty of heart. Somebody going down.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's definitely going down.
Well, Tyson deserved to retire. That's a smart thing to do. He did everything he came to do. What else is there to do? To wait around for somebody to to come in the ring and he has a bad outing and goes out on a bad foot. Nah, I do the same thing with about him. He made enough money. He made his mark.
I still think Anthony Joshua and him is a big fight. I still think that'd be a big fight.
It would be. I would go with Tyson all day. With that one, you know what I'm saying? And he doesn't need that fight. Joshua needs it, not him.
Money wise, he would love it.
Yo, Fury's guaranteed $29.538 million. Okay, like he's happy. He's happy. He's guaranteed whatever his performance is. That's what he's guaranteed. $29.5 million.
That's good.
Wow.
Imagine going home with $65,000 in the championship fight, fighting one of the greatest boxers doing my ever or doing all time, Larry Holmes, and I went home with $65,000. I did the best I could. That's something, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
65,000.
He's so Fury has a $4,102,500 win bonus on the line.
If he wins, he get $4 million.
Yes, if he wins, he gets an extra $4 million, which will earn him a career high of $33,640,500.
Wow.
So you know what? Yeah, man, he's happy. He's happier than a pig in shit. Come on, look at him when he was standing toe to toe with at the press conference, man. He's poking Dillian Whyte like the kids playing and shit. It was hilarious, I'm retired with $30 million.
Let me ask my two American friends: is it making the front page of the Inquirer? Is it making the front page of the papers down there?
I don't know.
I haven't seen anything, not in the newspapers. I don't see nothing in the newspapers no more. Everything's social media. Yeah. So we see a lot on Instagram and stuff like that, but we don't I haven't seen it in Ring Magazine, Sports Illustrated, newspapers, nothing like that. At least not around here. Maybe in Vegas you probably see it, but not here. It's not like the 80s.
No,
I don't hear too much. I don't hear too much people talking about the fight.
You know what? Because honestly, I don't think the U.S. is hyped for it at all. Really,
no.
It's happening.
Boxing fans are.
But it's not making the hype. It's not getting the.
It's not the talk of the town.
No, it's not the talk of the town. It ain't.
I like that. It's not the talk of the town.
I was just gonna say, Jake Paul's fans are not watching it.
Why?
Yeah, they are. Tommy Fury's on that card.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
reality
star. Be on the lookout for that card, guys. I'm telling you right now, there's some guys to watch on this up and coming card. You're gonna want to watch for sure.
Definitely.
You know how many people watched the Super Bowl last year?
I have no idea.
96 million people.
Wow.
96 million. And Frank Warren said he expects to sell 500,000 pay-per-view tickets. That's it. 500,000. Wow. So he sold 94,000 tickets to Wembley.
Yeah.
And he expects to and I think the ticket price was $69.99 for this on pay-per-view. How
can we see the fight tonight?
That's tomorrow night.
Huh? I mean tomorrow night.
One more sleep, Tim. One more sleep.
Okay. Hey, so how can you see the fight?
I'll when we're not on the air, I'll tell you my secret website that I use. Yeah, but I'm not going to put it out there for everybody because they can't have that privilege.
My man, Don King, my man.
It's for me. Right?
My man, all right. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Make sure you let me know.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be watching it for damn sure.
Definitely, I'm gonna be watching. I'll be in LA at the Boxing Hall of Fame. I'll definitely be checking it out in the hotel. As soon as I land, that's the fight starts about 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
I get there about.
You going to Hall of Fame?
Yeah, National Boxing Hall of Fame, Montebello, California.
Nice.
Well, who's involved in that?
You got all the inductees. You got like my dad's getting inducted, Sugar Ray Leonard's getting inducted, Layla Ali, Sugar Shane Mosley, a bunch of a lot of other fighters. It's a triology thing. So they induct like class of 20, 21, and 22. The whole event goes down Sunday, actually.
I have a funny story about Shane Mosley. You're talking about Shane Mosley Jr., right?
Me too.
So he you know how he's making his money these days? And I'm not kidding. A couple of weeks back, I mentioned that there's a event coming on being produced. It's in Tampa, and it's called Creator Clash. And all it is a whole bunch of YouTubers who have, roughly speaking, 1 billion followers on YouTube and Instagram.
Say that again.
1 billion followers combined. Combine these guys have 1 billion followers.
Okay. Wow. So anyway, Shane Mosley Jr. is actually training these guys. So he was in the press the other day commenting. So as opposed to us hearing about Tyson Fury or Dillian Whyte, what is our press reporting on? They're reporting on Shane Mosley training these YouTubers. I'm saying to myself, wow.
Yeah, I seen that on Instagram. I didn't know what it was about, though, you know?
Yeah. Wow. Some guy called iDubbbz. I don't know who he is, but iDubbbz is promoting. He's starring in it, promoting it, whatever, paid for it. And, it's licensed out of Florida. So whatever. It's like we're going back to that Jake Paul story as usual. It's good for the fans. Get those young guys in there, get them interested in boxing. These YouTubers, they're taking it seriously. They've hired a decent, put this in air quotes, a decent trainer. And I'm sure they've got many more people training them as well. Let's go back for a second. I forgot about. I was going to mention. What do you think of the undercard on this Tyson Fury Dillian Whyte?
I was just about to talk about this actually. Honestly, there's a great fight on this undercard, man. It's for the vacant WBC silver feather title. Isaac Lowe versus Nick Ball. That's gonna be a good one to watch, guys. Isaac Lowe, I like watching this kid fight, man. Honestly, excellent. I think that's gonna be a battle. Also, welterweight, man. Ika Usman versus Darren Tetley. This is for the Commonwealth welter and the British welter and the IBF European welter title, man. This is up for grabs. Usman is 16-0. I don't know if you guys remember his last outing. He's 16-0 with 7 KOs. He fought Danny Ball. Before that was Chris Jenkins. And you know what? These are some big wins, man. His last fight, he's coming off a KO in the 6th round. Ball was KO'd by a left-right combination and suffered a double fracture of the jaw. And yeah, man, Ika Usman, he's no joke. I profiled this guy on my show, Knuckle Up at 4. He's definitely a kid to be watching out for sure. And he's on this card, man. Also, I want to say on this card, definitely, what's his Kurt Walker. There's this kid that I've been watching. He's a super feather. He's 1-0 right now. He's moving into his second fight. He's an Irish kid, man. This southpaw. He's 5'6.5". He's 1-0 with 1 KO, and they put him up against a journeyman, man. Stefan.
I gotta see that. That looks interesting.
Yeah,
you got my eye on that one. I'm gonna check that one out.
Yeah, against Stefan Nicolay. Yeah, he's 3-31-2, man. You're talking about a guy that's got 35 fights under his belt, and he's stepping in the ring for his second fight against a really experienced journeyman. So definitely you want to be on the watch for that for sure. Even though this purse is huge for this, they couldn't get. They couldn't get the biggest fighters on the undercard because all the money's definitely going to this big one. But also, I've profiled him, man. David Adelaide. Watch out for this kid, man. Against Chris Healy. David Adelaide, heavyweight, 8-0 right now, man, with 7 KOs. He's ranked 10th out of 50 in the UK, 80th in the world out of 1,240. The kid's 6'4.5". He weighed in at 232.25 for this fight, man. And he's taking on Chris Healy, who's 9-8 right now. And watch out for this kid, man. He's definitely one that I've been following. Definitely, guys, you should be following him too, man, because he's an exciting fighter. Definitely an exciting fighter, and I'm stoked to see him back in action. Last time we got to see him was November the 12th last year. So, he's had some time off. He's well rested. We're going to get to see this kid in action. And he never ceases to amaze me every time he gets in the ring, man. He's definitely got some punch and power, man. Definitely. Only 25 years old, too. So, he's got a long way to go in his career. And, he's just another one of these young, hungry, up-and-coming, undefeated guys in this heavyweight division. And, yeah, man, definitely. I would love the heavyweight division. It's nice to see that we got these new kids coming up, man, like this. And watch out for Carol Atuma, who's 6-0, light heavyweight. This is another good one. Taking on another journeyman, Michelle Siak, who's 2-11. So this is going to be another good one. Guys, even though it's they're not too well known, some of these guys, man, it's some great fighting. There's going to be some great fighting on this card, and obviously we all know Tommy Fury's going to be on it, because where there's one Fury, there's another.
Yeah, he want to get some money too.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, for sure.
These are building blocks, and boxers, like, we understand that these young guys undefeated are building their blocks so they can fight for the championship. But a lot of fans might say, "Hey, what's wrong? Hey, something wrong with that? They fighting this opponent." But we know that they building. We know they building, and I think the public should know too. There's a lot of people that do know that it is a process that's a lot of us go through in order to get the big fight. So
yeah, man.
You might see opponents like a guy not as good. He might win that fight if you don't be right, but he's there really to lose or lose the decision. And sometimes they beat the guy. It's very rare, but sometimes the opponent beat the guy they trying to build up. So we know that's the process. And it's okay with me. 10-0, 9 knockouts. Give him another one. But when that crossroad fight come with the guy that's undefeated too, that's when we tell what he really has.
Exactly. When you see these two heavyweights get in there and clash. Yeah, man. And you know what? There's a lot of these heavyweights coming up right now, man. A lot of them, and I've been following these guys because I love these heavyweights and I love the way they bang it out, man. Because come on, champ. I grew up watching you, for God's sakes. Come on.
Yeah, we all did.
I love watching you guys bang each other out, man. It's excitement. That's what you want, right?
Listen, I came on real quick. I came on the tail end. I was a football player. I was a tight end, and I just jumped into boxing because it was physical too. And this is where I wound it up, and I'm really grateful to be a part of the boxing industry. I'm treating people right. They treat me right. I don't have no reason to go out and do this and do that and just do accordingly. And I appreciate being on the show. And I didn't know I was going to make it this far. Just keep on pushing. Now I'm talking to people. I'm the champ of the world. Hey, I like that.
Yeah, right.
Hey, it's cool.
It's well deserved, man.
Definitely well deserved.
One of the names that I was looking forward to seeing on the undercard, but he's injured, is Jared Anderson.
Jared Anderson, that heavyweight, right?
Yeah, big baby.
Oh,
big baby. He was supposed to be, but he's injured. One of the disappointments of the undercard is there aren't any women fighting.
Yeah, that's
a little bit of a disappointment there.
How about that Serrano fight? I think Katie might be in trouble.
Yeah, that's the word.
Katie might be in trouble. Real quick, I was like I told y'all guys before, I was in Ireland, and the dad had her boxing with guys. They were clocking her, and I was like, wow, he letting them guys clock her. She was getting champ. So you saw that before? You saw that before?
Yeah, but, I saw some of that, man. It's crazy.
She was getting clocked, and I was saying, why ain't she boxing girls? Or why ain't she boxing? They were clocking her like she was a guy.
But
that wasn't cool.
She hits too hard, man, for some of those girls. That's the thing. She hits hard. She got power in her hands.
But
she can take it. That's another thing.
I was just about to say.
I don't want my girl taking that.
No.
I see her getting clocked. She was fighting back.
In her defense, she said when she was young, fighting in Ireland, she came into the ring as Kay Taylor, and she had her hair in her under her headgear, and they actually didn't know she was a girl.
Oh.
So she would actually go into fights, fighting as a male and beating men, and it created quite an uproar in Ireland when they found out a woman was fighting and beating men. And she said this just this past week, actually, when she was mentioning, some of her heroes growing up in the women's divisions, who she enjoyed, who inspired her. And she's saying, 10 years from now, she hopes to be an inspiration for a lot of young girls getting into the game now, who look up to Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. And that's going to be a huge fight. We're all looking forward to that one as well. Boy, oh boy. I mean, they are there headlining Madison Square Gardens. Never been done before. I mean, been there 140 years. So first time in 140 years, 2 women have headlined a card there. That's amazing.
I just want to touch on this.
They fighting in the garden?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
So we had a comment come in, Jaro. Actually, they commented exactly on Miss Sugar's show about the same thing about Ashton Sylvie. I don't know if you guys have heard about this prospect. Signing with Jake Paul. Jake Paul has now signed his second boxer, was just announced this week. I dropped it on Monday. If you guys check out the show, Knuckle Up at 4 with Mike Orr, keeping my ear to the streets, and I know these things with these prospects. Yes. So what I believe, I think it's going to be a good thing. Ashton Sylvie signed with Jake Paul because Jake Paul is trying to make himself a legitimate boxing promoter. He's made Amanda Serrano a millionaire. He's finally got the fight that everybody wanted to see worked out, penned to paper, to happening next weekend. You know what I mean? He's actually trying to do good things for boxing. I believe he's going to take this kid, Ashton Sylvie, to the next level, man. For you guys that don't know this kid, man, honestly, Sylvie, he's 6-0 right now with 6 knockouts, and he's a very accomplished amateur. 10 national titles before turning professional at 16. He turned professional at 16 years old in Mexico 2 years ago. He made a splash as an 8-year-old when a viral video of a boy training led to his instruction at Floyd Mayweather's gym. And he's been not holding back since. And he has caught the eye of Jake Paul, and Jake Paul has decided that, hey, you know what? My number 2 person I'm signing after Amanda Serrano is now this kid, Ashton Sylvie. That's got to say something, man. So be on the lookout for this kid. If you're watching this kid, he definitely is one of these kids that's just going to pop up, and you're going to be like, where the hell did he come from? Right now, 6-0, 6 KOs. Be on the lookout for this kid, man. Ashton Sylvie.
Doesn't Clarissa Hill has a fight coming up?
I believe so, doesn't she?
She's fighting a hard-hitting chick too, right?
Well, while Mike's looking that up, what do you guys think of this MTK Global scenario? Although on one hand it's a bit laughable, the company is shutting its doors. They are closing down. MTK Global is shutting down in the wake of some pretty serious allegations, in the wake of a lawsuit. They're shutting down. But it's going to leave an awful lot of boxers, to be blunt, unemployed or free agents.
MTK in England.
Yeah.
Okay.
They also have a New York office, but I'm just saying, MTK Global. It was started by some Irish chaps quite a few years ago.
Somebody told me some stuff about them. There's a bunch of gangsters and all that. This is what I heard. I don't know.
You might be right.
When I was in England and in Ireland, they told me it was run by a bunch of gangsters or something like that. So I don't want your guys to get upset with me. I'm just stating what somebody told me when I was over there. They said, hey, those guys over there, they got serious guys with them and all this. Is this the same MTK, right? MTK? Yeah, okay.
There are a couple.
They're from Ireland, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's them.
So Daniel Kinahan allegedly stepped away from the company in 2017. But in his wake is allegations from the U.S. Treasury Department, for example. They're after him in a big way. There's a lawsuit that's been lodged against them in a big way. And so given these allegations, the executives of the company who are in the line of fire have stepped down because all the other promoters said they would refuse to do business with MTK given all these allegations.
Oh.
Well, they represent something like 33 fighters too, don't they?
Yeah, it's a decent stable.
Yeah, they have a big stable, man. 33 fighters.
That's bad, man.
Yeah. Some of the guys, what is it? Jamal Herring, I believe. Carl Frampton, Josh Taylor, Billy Joe Saunders.
They were doing real good, if you ask me. They were doing real good. They were doing real
Charlie
good.
Edwards is there. So is Michael Conlon. He's also there. Man, there's
they were doing real good.
The list goes on and on.
If they're any good, they shouldn't have no problem with getting picked up.
Oh, definitely.
You know? I just hate to hear it.
It's
more than 100. We understand that we were talking about elite fighters.
It's a question. It's a question, James. Seriously, whether there are enough management companies and/or decent promoters out there to be able to handle that many boxers and bring them under their wing. That's what I think it's about.
Well, you know, some of the management and the promoters, they'll have their pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's kind of great. You go find you another great fighter and build them up, and next you know, you got a legend on your hand. So it's if I was the boxer, I wouldn't worry too much. As long as you handling your business and doing what you got to do, you'll find somebody to pick you up.
Hey, honestly and truthfully, I think that this is just going to help boxers solidify themselves as the new big thing in UK, man.
Yeah,
definitely with that with MTK Global, folding like that, disbanding because of all this, legal battle and everything that's going on. Realistically, boxers been sweeping up and signing everybody and working with Sky Sports, and I'm pretty sure they're willing to open up their stable and add a few of the names that I just mentioned.
Eddie Hearns too.
Yeah, exactly. Both of those guys will be cherry picking that pool real quick.
They're already looking.
They've been looking. They've been looking.
I want this guy. I'm coming to get that.
Yeah, they've been trying to cherry pick them from time. Trust me.
Yeah,
well, I heard real quick. I heard so much about MTK. I wish they can continue on where all the boxers don't have to go to other people. Graham, you was going to say something, but I heard about them. I know people talking about them. And they was getting fights. They were getting fights. I wish they could continue on, but it looks like they can't.
No, all I was going to say is, companies like Boxer, that's BOXXER, and companies like Pro Bellum, who are literally going around the world, creating stables on an international level, something that old school, you guys know these names, the old school promoters wouldn't do. I think there's a lot of opportunity now on the table for these former MTK fighters to pick up a really decent contract and be put back on the world stage. I kind of feel sorry for the guys who are coming up through from Nigeria or Mexico, the Philippines, countries like that where it's a real struggle, where they're boxing because it's the only option they have to get off the streets. That they're not going to school, so they're boxing. And we've heard a lot of great stories here on Talkin' Fight from a lot of great boxers who said the exact same thing. They came from the school of hard knocks. They came up from the streets. That's the only way they could make their money. And so I feel sorry for those guys, the guys, not the elite boxers who now are going to get signed to Boxer or Pro Bellum or Eddie Hearn's company Matchroom or Top Rank. But I mean, it's the young guys, the new guys who Mike's been following. That's who I feel sorry for, the young guys.
Yeah, man, definitely. But there are a lot of new promotional companies starting out there that are trying to make their names. And honestly, if they do their due diligence like I do and follow these young cats, they'll know who to pick up out of these bunches that are going to be, without a stable soon. Definitely. Or, hey, man, if you want to know who to sign, just get at me, man. Anytime at talkin.com, I can help you out for a little bit of a fee.
Maybe Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury should maybe start a production company. Hey, Tyson Fury after this fight just started. But I think that Joshua and him will be another big fight, bigger than Dillian Whyte. Even who I don't care who lose, people want to see that attraction. If Joshua and Tyson Fury fight, that'd be another big payday.
What it is, champ? What it is, champ? I'm telling you what it is. We want to see an undisputed heavyweight champion in the 4-belt era. It's never happened. Our last undisputed heavyweight champion was Lennox Lewis. That was before the 4-belt era. We had the 4-belt era. Now we have not had an undisputed champion. We've been this close to getting that happening, and we're this close to getting it happen again, but somebody's stepping out and retiring. You know, I'm not going to say that he's a Dodger. He's done everything that he wanted to do in boxing, but what boxing fans want to see is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, hands down. That's what we want. That's what boxing fans want around the world. That's what you want to see. There hasn't been one in over 20 years. 20 years we're talking. This is a long time to have a crowned undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Okay, all right. I'm going to riff off that one for a sec. Let's just say Dillian Whyte beats Tyson Fury.
Yeah. Then he takes on the winner, Usyk AJ. And there's our opportunity.
Right.
There is our opportunity.
I think if Dillian Whyte was to win, he'll dog Yusuf right out.
Really?
Yo, he didn't. Anthony Joshua didn't fight. He didn't fight a southpaw fight. He didn't fight the way he was supposed to fight a southpaw, and he was supposed to keep his defense tight and step right to him and take his heart from him. But he tried to box him. He didn't have the right teachers behind him, and that made him look bad. Step right to him, go to the outside, boom, come, left hook, right hand, bang, keep your defense tight. And he got hit with a lot of shots.
Yeah.
You need somebody behind him teaching him. We don't have that today. It's a shame that these boxers going through stuff, and all you got to do is people sitting right in chairs on podcasts, talking to 3 different people on a podcast that know
right.
Like,
you know what? I know a guy. Guys out there, I know somebody. He's sitting. He's just sitting.
No doubt.
If you guys are looking for some defensive coaching, I might know a guy.
I know one.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's so much. You didn't do that right. You put some court.
Exactly. See,
this comes across the top. This comes from the top. You get a hook. You can shoot jab.
See,
you can bring it back. You can catch a jab. You can catch a jab and pull it and throw a left hook. Somebody shoot a jab.
First, okay, don't let any more go. Don't let any more go because we got to start charging for this.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
First lesson's free. See everybody who
anyone who signs up for a membership, we should put into a class featuring Tim Witherspoon teaching.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you notice? Did you notice in the week warming up, they've had a whole bunch of media events. Now, one of these events, Tyson Fury said he's been training in the southpaw style for this.
Has he?
Yep. I heard that today.
Yep.
And why is he doing that? Why?
To throw off Dillian Whyte, just to throw him off.
Wow.
So then defensively, he's going to be vulnerable because now he's fighting right hand, but now he's fighting southpaw. He has to get used to that. And with an opponent like Dillian Whyte, you can't just switch like that. You just can't switch like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because Tyson Fury has to get used to that southpaw. I seen him switch southpaw before, but he didn't stay that long. So now he's switching southpaw most of the time in the fight with somebody that's aggressive that can throw that right hand and get him out of here. I think he should fight his regular game. He should fight his regular game and just, fight like that and tighten his defense up. He got off the canvas 4 times, 3 times, and so did Dante Wilder. That tells me that both of them need to learn how to block some punches. And it ain't going to stop. He's going to keep getting down a couple of times unless somebody show him exactly what he need to do. Keep that defense tight.
Yeah.
They got to show him these things. He's going to go down again.
Oh yeah.
So that's just my opinion.
I think it's going to be a slugfest. I can't
wait
to see it. I'm excited for it. Somebody's going down. Somebody's getting knocked out. and I bet you it's going to be devastating, and it's going to be profiled on my Sunday show as the knockout of the week. That's what I'm hoping. If not, there's some real good potentials on that undercard for a great knockout. Trust me.
Oh,
Did anyone hear you? Did anyone of you hear the story of the fellow who had to quit or was kicked off? I can't remember if he quit or got kicked off the undercard. Anthony Casey. He might. I haven't checked. I just thought of this now. He might have been an MTK fighter, and therefore he wasn't allowed to fight. I don't know.
That's bad.
And Anthony CACACE, something like that. Casey.
Just because he was with MTK?
I don't. I'm asking.
Irish boxer.
They should let him fight. He probably got to feed his family.
Oh yeah, he was super mad. He was swearing left, right, and center.
His so apparently late cancellation is what's happened. Anthony Casey has been left heartbroken after his fight with Jonathan Romero was canceled on Wednesday. The Belfast boxer was due to face former world champion Romero on the undercard of the Tyson Fury massive clash with Dillian Whyte. Casey said on Twitter, "Actually, I can't believe I'm writing this status. Been away from my children at home for 3 months, only to be told that I will not be fighting on the show. What an absolute effing kick in the teeth. Boxing broke me many times, but this time just feels shattered." So I'm not.
I feel bad for him. He's been training hard, and now he has to do this. That's not cool.
No, that's unfortunate. You know, be away from your kid for 3 months and your family and everything, just to be told on a Wednesday, like 2 days ago, that hey, by the way, you're not fighting now.
Wow,
that's a shot in the mouth for sure.
Yeah.
They give no money or nothing. And they just told him to kick them off the card, right?
Yeah, they just kicked it off the card. Didn't say nothing, just done. Cancel. So,
one of the promoters should just sign him up. One of the promoters should just sign him up.
Yeah. At least on half of his purse or something.
Yeah, compensate him for at least the time that he's spent, man. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man.
That's bad.
Oh, I'm going to hazard a guess. He would have at least been paid a weekly stipend while he was training. I'm pretty sure he's.
Well, yeah, because he was working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working hard, man.
Just didn't get the payday he was looking at. That's for sure.
Right.
So wait a minute. He was fighting on the Tyson Fury card.
Yeah.
No, he should get some money. He should get some kind of help. That's not fair. That's why we need a union.
Yeah,
something
man.
negative go down. Somebody should be able to. He has children, probably.
Yeah,
we have to address that. That's not right.
Yeah,
that's not right. The people that's promoting this fight, he didn't know. So they should give him some kind of money to help him.
Wait. Didn't the person promoting this fight didn't they have to borrow the $40 million?
Yes.
Well, if that's the case, they give him his purse.
Ooh.
Somebody had to borrow $40 million?
Yeah. You didn't hear about that?
Tell me what happened. Who borrowed $40 million?
Frank Warren.
Frank Warren borrowed he borrowed $40 million to win the purse.
Actually, it might have been 40 million quid.
Whoa, that's a lot more money. 40 million. 40 quid. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I've been researching, trying to find out who he borrowed this sum of money from, but I can't find anything.
So he got 40 million.
What it does keep saying is it keeps saying that Frank Warren working with Bob Abrams' top rank. Well, listen, Bob Abrams' mob. Okay?
Bob Abrams.
Yeah. He's mobbed up. So if you're borrowing 40 million,
whoa! You saying Bob Abrams is mobbed up?
Yeah, come on. You should know this. He has connections. Come on, he's an old school guy. He's old school mob mentality.
That's the first time I heard of that. That's the first time I heard of that.
I've heard rumors of it before.
Okay, it's a rumor. Okay, got it.
It's a rumor. It ain't real. No, you know what? He probably borrowed the money from Bob. They are co-promoting the thing.
Wow.
Well,
they're working together.
The point is these so-called investors, they want to make sure that that's why they were they were a little bit up, not the investors, but the promoters were upset with Dillian Whyte for not doing the press conferences.
Yeah, that was
because part of his contract is to speak up and promote the show.
I don't know. You know what? I don't know why he didn't, man.
That's not cool.
I don't know if it was a head game. I don't know if it was a head game or something that he was.
That's the wrong head game.
Yeah,
because there's people paying tickets to see him fight. You know,
Right.
I talked to him.
You gotta be there. You gotta be there to answer the questions, man.
Yeah,
You have to answer the questions. That's
you
part of the
all
game.
that money too. You gotta.
Yeah.
Wow. So he didn't show up to a couple of things.
Yeah, he didn't show up.
Wasn't in the contract?
It's in the contract.
It's in the contract, yeah.
Oh, so they get do something about that.
Well,
right?
it falls under the category, Tim, of best efforts. He has to supply best efforts. So that
makes sense.
You might regret it later and say maybe I should have did that for the people's sake. Maybe for the people.
That's what you would think.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
maybe he's been working on a secret weapon.
Well, he need to use it right about now.
Yeah.
He throw that left hook now. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh yeah, man. No, he's got a dangerous left hook, man.
I was in sparring sessions. I was in the Midlands. I was up in England, and I had a chance to meet him and talk to him. He's a really funny guy. He's a cool guy, but when it comes to sparring, he throw that left hook, and he'll fight you. And if he had defense, he would have that belt right now. I'm telling you, he went down. They got to learn a little bit more blocking. Yeah. Wow. And that's the difference between a guy winning the championship and not winning it. That little bit of defense that he needed. Just a little bit. Not a whole lot.
So unfortunate. Well, I can't wait. And it starts. Don't worry, Tim. We'll get you watching that fight for sure. And then
you got to talk to me.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get you all set up to watch that for sure. So
isn't that something I had a chance to be with both of them? Even Anthony Joshua, all three of them guys. I was with all of them. I was with a whole bunch of boxers over there. Now they getting ready to fight. They all need defense.
Coming out of the pub with you, yeah, I'll bet they needed defense.
Hey, you see Tyson Fury moving like this, all in the thing? He was against an opponent that wasn't really that sharp. He was up. Have you seen him doing this? Remember Tyson doing all this, and he was missing. He wouldn't be able to do that with somebody that was more up higher in the ranks. He would have to be more careful. So he knew that guy that was in front of him. Did you see the video of him doing this and missing all the punches? The guy that he fought, they would never okay him for none of the top guys the day fighting. They wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let me fight that guy he was fighting. So he played around. He looked good, and you can't take nothing from him. Tyson made it there. He went there. He did what he had to do. But that's during this era. This era.
Yeah. This fight actually is what is it? I believe it's Fury's first fight on British soil or UK soil since 2018, I think it is. So no wonder it's where it's at for his retirement fight. He's going out on home soil. That's what.
Well, he better do good then.
That's what I'm saying.
He might be a little nervous.
Got a lot of pressure on him.
He might be a little nervous.
Honestly, though, he looks good. Though he looks good. He looks well prepared. He's thin. He's not sitting at that 277, the heaviest, like when he came in, right? In his last fight, he's sitting in a nice 260s. He's down.
He might be worried about Dillian more than the other guys.
He might be worried. He might be worried, but he's never gonna let you know that.
Right.
He's too flamboyant. He's too out there. He's too cocky. He's too convinced in himself. He believes his own hype. And honestly, hey man, it's worked this far. But hey, you never know. We're talking heavyweights, man. All it takes is one good shot can change the entire momentum and outcome of the fight. And you're always just one serious shot away, man. That's all it takes. One great timing punch, and you're sleeping before you hit the mat. So, and then there's no way to stop it. But you got to be worried, man. This is your last fight. You know, your belt's up for grabs. You're trying to walk away from this game with the legacy that you've set. It's got to be mentally hard. And you know what? We're going to see how he does tomorrow night, and hopefully, I'm rooting for him to go out with a bang. That's what I want. It'd be good.
You know,
I just see the defensive mechanism that a lot of boxers don't have, which causing a lot of boxers to lose fight or be exposed, and it's not their fault. It's the fact that there is trainers around that's getting a lot of publicity because they're in guys' corners that boost them up because they win. Like a fighter will win, and that'll boost the trainer up. I'm not hating on anybody. I feel bad. I mean, the thing is that I had a good trainer and told me a lot of things and look out for this and that. And I do. I'm not jealous. I'm happy, but I see these things because if you're a professor and you got taught something, you'll see things. I'm not saying I'm a professor, but my trainer knew a lot more than a lot of these guys that knew. And he was like telling me, Tim, this baba. I used to follow him around like a baby with candy in his mouth. Follow my trainer. He's teaching me all this stuff. And I can see it today. There's no defense. A lot of old timers emphasize on offense and defense. Now, everybody want to look good, doing all this bing, 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 Mayweather stuff. And if Mayweather slowed down a little bit, he'd be in trouble if he wasn't in shape. And he won't be able to teach nobody when he retire. I'm gonna tell you, because he's all natural. He's moving real fast. Now, if he slow down, and I seen him doing the tape on the video, and it looked like he couldn't do nothing. He's just on something basic. And I said, wow, he probably can't teach nobody that much because his is all natural. And you can't teach, sometimes you can't teach all natural. Okay? You can't teach it because there's something naturally that you do. And if you slow down just a little bit, you're gonna be in trouble. If you're not in shape, that style he has, you're going to get knocked out.
Yeah.
Doing like this. This is our style in Philly. But if you're not in shape, he has to be in shape every time or else somebody going to expose him.
I have a question. I want to get to Sheila's comment there about what she said about Tyson Fury. But before I get to that comment, maybe Mike can bring that up when I'm done here. This goes out to Tim and James, especially James, your dad when he was fighting, and your son when he was fighting. But when you were fighting, guys, does home court advantage really matter? Like, did it really matter? Because we've heard of the Thrill in Manila, the Rumble in the Jungle. The guys have fought all around the world. The reason I bring it up is because Eddie Hearn said this week he's not sure he's going to have Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk fight in London. He might have that fight take place in Saudi Arabia. Why? There's more money to be made there.
Well, I think
I came over and knocked Frank. Okay, I was just gonna say I came over. Go ahead,
home court advantage.
That's what I call it.
It's just the judges. The judges.
I came over to Wembley Stadium and knocked Frank Bruno out. He had the advantage. No, I love that brother. I came over there. I came in people's backyards and did better. Is what you know. I came in other backyards and knocked them out in their backyard.
Yeah.
My dad used to
Bruno right out.
My dad used to say back in the day, well, like he had to go to the Lions Den. Well, you know, I got to go to their backyard, so I got to fight hard because the judge. That's the only home court finish you have is the judges.
Yeah,
that's why a lot of fighters move to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So when they fought in Vegas, they was from Vegas. So you get a little more the edge as far as the judging is concerned. It's hard to beat somebody in their backyard. You really have to beat them. Well, back in the day, and sometimes today, just a little bit. I don't see it as much. But
I love that.
You like going to somebody else's house and beating them up, eh, Tim?
That gave me energy, but he right to a certain extent because you got the judges, you got all this stuff, the home court advantage, and you got to fight your way out of it. No, he's right about that. But I love to go fight somebody in their backyard. That gave me a lot of energy. Come on, let's get it on.
It's like sticking your finger in the wound and like twisting when you do that.
Well, yeah, you get much respect. It's some fun.
Okay, Mike. Yeah. Read that quote.
No man born from his mother has beaten me,
said Tyson Fury.
Yeah, so it was an article actually Boxing 24.
No
Boxing
man born from his mother.
Born in 1988, named after Mike Tyson, standing just 4 inches short of 7 feet and fighting at weights in excess of 250 pounds. Tyson Fury is a mountain of a man yet to be conquered. He came to the U.S. with his nephew, and the two of them crushed their opponents just like he said they would during pre-fight press meetings. His words were no nonsense, and his temper seemed hardly controlled at selected times, but make no mistake about Tyson Fury. He is not acting. This is what he said. This is it.
All right, you guys, I got to get out of here real quick. It was nice being here having you. You got to check out Athletes TV. Get your son, get your grandson on Athletes. He can make some money with his videos. You got to check it out, man. I'll get you a link.
How can I talk to? How can I get the information?
Tim, I'll send you all the info. I got it for you.
Okay.
Check it out.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thanks, James.
Right.
Thanks, James. We'll talk soon, brother. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Have fun out west.
Nice talking to you, James. Right.
Yeah, but he did say this. There is not a man born from his mother who can beat me. So
there's nothing wrong with saying that, though.
No, and you know what? It's sayings like that make you want to watch this guy either get his head punched in or punch somebody's heads in. Because you know what? He's just one of those guys. You either love him or you love to hate him. And you know what? He does great at playing both those roles. This time the fans love him. The fans love him because of that press conference, man. His press conference, he was happy, he was funny, he was joking around. You know, he shook Dillian Whyte's hand. You know, good, man. We're gonna do this. We're gonna put on a great show. You know, he had great sportsmanship this time. And, you know, he's happy, man. And hopefully it transcends into a great performance in the ring. I know that he's down way more than he was when he fought the last time, you know. And I think we're going to see a nice, healthy Tyson Fury in there for his last performance, man. And I think it's going to be a memorable one.
He's taking Dillian more serious.
Yeah.
Because he knows something. I know there's around sparring before.
Yeah.
And I know that they know each other. So he's taking him serious.
Definitely. He knows that this is a challenge. He knows that Dillian Whyte, he's got that power, man. He's got that left. You gotta watch out for that. And it only takes, like we were saying, to be caught once by that to go to sleep. And it's just one of those things. I think he's taking this very serious, and it shows in his training and the way he was in the gym this time. Not all the crazy shit talking that he was doing the last time and all the shenanigans. He means business. He got in that, in that gym. He's working his ass off, and he's coming out looking better than he has in his last couple of fights, man, for his weight. And he's looking trim and ready to go.
My thing is if he has the same trainer and the same routines, I'm gonna be a little nervous about his defense, and that's the only thing. The guy in his corner, he was down in this fight with Joshua.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was down on any other fights, but they can improve. You have to improve. If you went down before with a guy that's at that level, you're gonna have to practice hard on defense. I think that's gonna make the difference on both sides of the ring. When the bell ring, Tyson Fury's gonna have to tighten this up, and also Dillian Whyte, because Dillian Whyte, when Joshua put him down, has anybody else put Dillian Whyte down?
He lost to what's his name? Well, he beat Chisora twice. Povetkin put him down.
That means something. He has to tighten his defense up. This is a big fight. His management should have called somebody, not tell people, but get somebody in there that knows a little bit about defense, just to keep him, keep his mental thing like, oh man, I just learned how to do a little defense. It'll give him more confidence. But he went down. He went down with Joshua.
Joshua. Whyte went down.
I'm worried about that.
When he fought Joshua, that he lost in the 7th. But that we're dating back, 2015, man. December 12th is when that one went down. And Whyte went down from a right uppercut prior to the stoppage. So, it was a stoppage. But then when he fought Povetkin was down twice in the 4th round, and then Whyte went down from a left uppercut prior to the stoppage again. So Whyte's got to watch out for those uppercuts, man. that's the thing. So hopefully he's been in the gym working on that, because Tyson Fury, he's got that ability to throw those punches from all these different angles, man. And proof is in the pudding. Dillian Whyte's been
That's
taken
the only thing I'm worried about.
twice by the same thing, man. Those uppercuts, man. So hopefully both these guys have been working hard, and we're gonna see some great. But we're at the hour. Man,
I'm going out on a limb. I'm picking Dillian Whyte in 6 knockout.
I'm taking Tyson Fury in 4.
Hey, that could be happening. And the 6, I can understand that, and the 4 because of defense.
Yeah,
it could go your way. It could go both ways. And I'm coming from experience and all that, having experience and watching these guys.
Yeah,
anything can happen, man. I'm telling you.
That's right.
If his defense was a little lot better, I would like say, whoa, this is going to be. He can get hit. He can get hit. And let's hope they showed them a little bit of stuff, which I doubt. I doubt if they did.
Who knows? But you know what? We're gonna find out tomorrow when we all tune in to watch it.
You better get
Tim. I'll call you tomorrow and we'll get you set up watching it. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I missed it. Go ahead.
On that note, we're at that time. It's been an hour. Want to say shout out to everybody who dropped comments. Thanks for tuning in and watching the show and participating. We love it. Come back next Friday for the same thing, new topics. Tim, always a pleasure. Graham, always a pleasure, man. And the Friday night panel. And to all the fans out there watching, man, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Friday night panel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and tell all your friends to come and join us every Friday night, same time, same channel. Join us next week for new topics. You know what's that? Enjoy the fights, guy. Don't forget to join me Sunday to find out who's winning the Knockout of the Week award, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then.
That'll be Dillian Whyte.
Tyson Fury.
Would you say